Hello student, all of you are most welcome in my video. In this video, I will be discussing about biomolecules. In my previous video, I have discussed about biomicromolecules. And in today's videos, I will be discussing about biomacromolecules. If you are a student of class 11 and you are studying in CBSE board and along with doing preparation for your school examination, you are also preparing for a NEET examination, this video is for you. If you have not subscribed my video till now, subscribe it to get many more videos related with class 11th and class 12th biology. These videos are useful for both school examination or CBSE board examination as well as NEET examination. So let's start today's video. So in today's video, I will be discussing about biomacromolecules. Here, what is biomacromolecule? These are the biomolecules having molecular weight greater than 1000 Dalton. Their molecular weight is what? Greater than 1000 dollar. Oh, Dalton. Not dollar, it is what? Dalton. DA stand for Dalton. Here, who are the which are name some molecule which are biomacromolecules? So the answer will be what? Proteins, polysaccharide, and nucleic acids. These are biomacromolecules. Their molecular weight is 10,000 Dalton and above. So sometime the question will be there. Name the biomolecule which are having molecular weight more than $1,000. So they are what? Biomacromolecule. What is their molecular weight? It is what? Around 10,000 Dalton and above. Acid insoluble fraction. Already you know acid insoluble fraction. That is macromolecular fraction include macromolecules from cytoplasm and the organelles. If you have already studied my you have attended my previous video, so you may be knowing what is acid insoluble fraction and what is acid soluble fraction. So name some biomacromolecule. What will be answer? This is a protein, polysaccharide, and nucleic acid. These are biomacromolecules. Now, structure of cell membrane. This is the structure of cell membrane. Lipid is not strictly a macromolecule as its molecular weight does not exceed 800 Dalton. So lipid is not a biomacromolecule. Why? Because its molecular weight does not exceed 800 Dalton. But it comes under acid insoluble. But it comes in what? Under acid insoluble fraction because many lipids are arranged. This is one lipid. This is so many lipids are arranged into a structure like cell membrane. When a tissue is grinded, cell membranes are broken and form water insoluble vesicles. They cannot be filtered along acid soluble fractions. Sometimes the question will be there. Okay, the lipids are a part of acid insoluble fraction, then why they are not macromolecule? Because they are not filtered, because when a tissue is grinded, cell membranes are broken and form water insoluble vesicle. That's why they cannot be filtered along acid soluble fraction. Still, they are what? Micromolecule, not biomacromolecule. If we do the analysis of a cell, A cell is having what around 70 to 80% of the content of cell is what? Water. Protein fraction is around 10 to 15% is protein. Carbohydrate 3%. Nucleic acid 5 to 7% and ions 1%. These are the average composition of different molecules present inside a cell. So this is the range. Water 70 to 90%, protein 10 to 15%, carbohydrate 3%, nucleic acid 5 to 7%, ions 1%. So sometimes the question will be there. Okay, out of biomacromolecule, which is what having the largest fraction of the cell. So answer will be what? Protein. Second is what? Then nucleic acid. Then third one is what? Carbohydrate. Now we'll be discussing one biomacromolecule, that is what? Protein. What is protein? What is protein? Proteins are heteropolymer of amino acid. These are amino acid. This is amino acid. It is having two groups. One is what? Amino group. That is called NH2 group. NH2 group. This is called amino group. And another is what? Carboxylic group. This is what? Carboxylic group. This is what? Carboxylic group. That is what? COH group. So they are polypeptide, that means linear chain of amino acid linked by peptide bond. So this is a chain of amino acid A1, A2, A3, and up to A11. So these amino acids form a chain, and these amino acids are linked by peptide bonds. So sometimes question will be there. Name the biomacromolecules where you will find peptide bonds. So the answer will be what? Protein. Okay. So protein is a polymer of what? It is a polymer of amino acid. In amino acid, name two groups which are present in amino acid. So there are two groups. One is NH2 group and second one is what? Carboxylic group. So peptide bond is formed when carboxylic group of one amino acid react with amino group of next amino acid by releasing a molecule of water. There will be dehydration. So this is what? Carboxylic group of one amino acid and amino group of one another next amino acid. They will form bond, that is peptide bond. Then two amino dipeptide, then tripeptide, then ultimately polypeptides. So here, this is called N terminal and this is called what? C terminal. This is called what? N terminal. This is what? C terminal. Now, what is the function of protein in our body? First, for growth and tissue repair. If a child is growing, they need protein. If there is some damage to our body part, so for repairing also protein is required. So for growth as well as tissue repairing, protein is required. Then transport nutrient across membrane. So suppose there are some nutrients are there. So these nutrients need to be transported from outside to inside, yeah, inside to outside. For this, some transport carrier protein is required. So this protein also help in the transportation of the material. Like GLUT4 enables glucose transfer into the cell. Some amino this protein, they act as an intercellular ground substance like collagen. Collagen work as a what? Intercellular ground substance. Some protein act as antibodies to fight infectious organism. Some protein act as receptor, like a receptor of smell, taste, and hormones. Then some are hormones like insulin, enzyme like trypsin, some pigments like hemoglobin. So these are various functions of a protein. The most abundant protein in the animal world is what? Collagen. Most abundant. This is important to remember. Most abundant protein in animal is world is what? Collagen. And the most abundant protein in the biosphere is rubisco. Rubisco stands for ribulose, biphosphate, carboxylase, and oxygenase. It what does the fix carbon dioxide and release oxygen. It happened during the process of photosynthesis. So rubisco is involved in during photosynthesis. So most abundant protein in the animal world is what? Collagen. In whole biosphere, that is what? Rubisco. Now we'll be discussing about the structures of protein, structure of protein. So what is what? There are different levels. So first, this is called what? Primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, and quaternary structure. So protein is having what? Different levels of structure. So primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, and quaternary structure. Now let us discuss what is primary. If we see the diagram, this is showing the sequence. This is what? Primary structure. When it become what? Coiled. It is getting coiled. Then that is called what? That is called what? Secondary structure. Here there are two different types of coil. Here, this is one type. This is another type. Alpha helix and beta plated. So that is called tertiary structure. When there are more than one polypeptide, so that is what it called what? Quaternary structure. So here it is hemoglobin. There are four peptide chains are there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is what? This is what? Quaternary structure. So let us discuss what is primary structure, what is secondary structure, what is tertiary structure, and what is quaternary structure of protein. The first is what? Primary structure. If we see here this structure, it describes the sequence of amino acid. It means it gives what? Positional information in a protein. Positional information of amino acid in a protein. So which amino acid is where? That information is given by what? Primary structure of protein. Leptin, first amino acid, that is called N-terminal amino acid. This is what? N-terminal, that is left side. Then right hand, that is last amino acid. So there is what? C-terminal amino acid. C because of carboxylic group, and here it is because of amino group. So the in primary structure, there is what? Positional information of amino acid in a protein, and there are two ends are there, terminals are there. Left end, that is what? First amino acid, that is also N, known as N-terminal amino acid, and right hand, that is last amino acid, that is called C-terminal amino acid. Now secondary structure of protein. Here one or more polypeptide chains are folded in the form of a helix. This is amino acid. They are folded. They are folded in a form of helix. It has only right-handed helix. So this is what? Alpha helix. Alpha right-handed helix. Like keratin, fibroin, these are what? Secondary structure. This is a typical strand of the hair. It is a keratin. Here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 polypeptides are there. They are joined together by a strong link disulfide bond. There are some weak links as well. And then this is a fibroin, that is known as silk protein. This is the structure here. Anti-parallel beta sheet rich in alanine and glycine. Small side chains allow close packing. There are small side chains are there. Because of this side chain, there is a close packing of the silk protein fiber. So this is alanine side chain, and this is what glycine side chain. So this alanine side chain and this glycine side chain, they allow what? Close packing of these amino acids. Then tertiary structure of protein. Secondary structure, alpha helix plus beta helix. When there is a mixture of what? Alpha helix and beta helix. That is what? Tertiary structure. So some is what? Alpha helix. Then some are what? Beta strand. So they form what? Tertiary structure. Example, myoglobin. Myoglobin shows what? Tertiary structure. Here, helical polypeptide chain is further folded like a hollow woolen ball. It gives 3D view. It gives what? 3D view. Tertiary structure is necessary for many biological activities of protein. Example, myoglobins, enzymes. These are what? Tertiary structures of the. They show what? Tertiary structure of protein. Then quaternary structure. What is there in quaternary structure? Tertiary structure. Here more than one polypeptide. There is what? More than one polypeptide chain form tertiary structure, and each chain function as subunit of protein. So there is a one tertiary structure, second is there, third is there, fourth is there. So this is what? Quaternary structure. So here there are what? Alpha helix, beta helix, 2 alpha, 2 beta. And then there is what? Heme group is there. So hemoglobin is shows what? Tertiary structure. It has 4 subunit, 2 alpha subunit and 2 beta subunit. So sometime the question will be there, how many subunits are present in the hemoglobin? So there, how many unit? Then 4 subunit. How many delta alpha and how many beta? 2 alpha subunit and 2 beta subunit. Name the group which is present in hemoglobin. So you have to mention that heme group is there. And hemoglobin shows which structure. So you have to say that it shows what? Quaternary structure. So their proteins over different structural level. First is what? Primary structure, secondary structure. In secondary structure, there is a beta plate set is there, alpha helix is there. In tertiary structure, they're both this alpha helix as well as beta plates are there. So that is tertiary structure. Then tertiary structure, more than one polypeptide they come together, behave as a unit. That shows what? Quaternary structure. So these are what? Structural levels of protein. Now, In next video, I will be discussing about polysaccharide. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you have not subscribed this channel, please subscribe to get many more videos.